Your adult relationship patterns aren't just choices, they are the automatic expression of a hidden neurobiological blueprint etched into your brain during your earliest days. Every yearning for connection, every pull to withdraw, every familiar conflict you repeat stems from deep limbic pathways forged long before you could even speak. This isn't about conscious decision-making. It's about the involuntary unfolding of your brain's most ancient survival programs, meticulously crafted by the very first people who cared for you. Think about that. Today, you will fundamentally grasp how your early attachment experiences literally sculpt the intricate architecture of your limbic system, particularly the amygdala, dictating your unconscious responses to love, trust, and intimacy for decades to come. You are about to uncover the silent neurobiological forces that shape every significant relationship in your life, providing an entirely new lens through which to understand yourself and others. Our brains are not born as blank slates. They are astonishingly adaptable learning machines, especially during the critical windows of infancy and early childhood. During these foundational years, the quality of our interactions with primary caregivers, how consistently and sensitively our needs for comfort and security were met, profoundly influences the development of our neural pathways. When a child cries and a caregiver reliably responds with soothing comfort, neural circuits related to safety, trust, and emotional regulation begin to form robust connections. This responsive interaction, repeated hundreds and thousands of times, strengthens synapses and even influences myelination, essentially insulating these crucial communication lines, making them faster and more efficient. Conversely, inconsistent or neglectful care can lead to a different kind of wiring. If a child's cries often go unanswered, or if comfort is unpredictable, the brain learns that the world is an unsafe place and that others cannot be relied upon. This early relational data shapes the very structure of the limbic system, a network of brain regions involved in emotion, motivation, and memory. The amygdala, often called the brain's alarm system, becomes particularly sensitive. In an environment perceived as threatening, its neural connections for vigilance and fear become hyperactive, perpetually scanning for signs of danger or abandonment. This isn't a conscious choice. It's the brain's attempt to survive, to anticipate and protect itself based on its earliest, most potent learning experiences. A groundbreaking review by Shore in 2001, exploring the effects of relational trauma on right brain development, meticulously details how the early environment, especially the quality of attachment, directly shapes the neurobiological foundation of self-regulation and interpersonal relating. It's not just about what you remember, it's about how your brain itself was built. These early patterns become the default operating system for all future relationships, an invisible code governing your romantic partnerships, your friendships, and even your professional interactions. But what happens when these deeply etched pathways, designed for survival in childhood, become maladaptive in the complex landscape of adult love? This is where the revelation truly hits home. Your adult relationship patterns, the ones you find yourself repeating again and again, are not coincidences or character flaws. They are the direct, inevitable manifestation of these implicit relational memories, firing off like well-worn grooves in your brain's circuitry. Have you ever felt that inexplicable pull to repeat the same relationship dynamic, even when you swore you wouldn't? That's your attachment blueprint at work. Imagine Sarah, who repeatedly finds herself drawn to emotionally unavailable partners, only to feel abandoned and unloved, despite her conscious desire for a deeply connected relationship. Before understanding attachment trauma, she felt cursed, destined to suffer. She might blame herself or blame her choices, feeling perpetually confused and hurt. Her brain, wired for inconsistent attention in childhood, unconsciously interprets emotional distance as a familiar, painful form of love. The fleeting moments of connection provide just enough reward to keep her engaged in a pattern that, at its core, mirrors her earliest experiences of sporadic emotional attunement. The amygdala, once conditioned to a heightened state of vigilance for abandonment cues, now unconsciously drives her towards situations that activate this familiar, though distressing, state, interpreting it as normal or even love. Now consider Mark, who, despite genuinely wanting intimacy, pushes partners away the moment things get too close, creating distance or picking fights. He values independence above all else, often feeling smothered by even normal expressions of affection. Before this understanding, he saw himself as someone who just wasn't the relationship type, or perhaps blamed partners for being too needy. But through the lens of attachment neuroscience, we see a brain wired for self-reliance due to early experiences where emotional needs were consistently dismissed. His limbic system learned that closeness equals vulnerability and potential disappointment. When a partner gets too close, his brain's alarm system perceives this proximity as a threat, triggering automatic avoidance strategies, not because he doesn't care, but because his neurobiological blueprint screams danger. A compelling fMRI study by Gilleth and colleagues in 2005, published in the journal Neuroimage, actually demonstrated differential brain activity in individuals with anxious and avoidant attachment styles when processing attachment-related words. Anxiously attached individuals showed increased activity in the amygdala, linked to emotional arousal, while avoidant individuals showed activation in regions associated with cognitive control, suggesting they might be suppressing emotional responses related to attachment. This isn't theory, this is your brain on attachment, literally shaping your experience of love. Your automatic reactions in relationships, from intense anxiety to cold withdrawal, are not shortcomings. They are the ghost echoes of your earliest adaptive strategies, still playing out on your brain's stage. This knowledge isn't just for understanding, it's for transformation. You can actively begin to reshape these deep-seated patterns. Here are 3 specific ways to apply this profound understanding in your daily life. First, cultivate an acute awareness of your own triggers and reactions within relationships. Begin a practice of observing your body and emotions. When you feel that familiar pang of anxiety when a text isn't immediately returned, or that sudden urge to shut down when a partner expresses a need, pause. Instead of reacting automatically, ask yourself, what is my body feeling right now? Where is this intense emotion coming from? Keep a journal for 1 week, specifically noting situations that trigger strong emotional or physical responses in your relationships, and then reflect on whether these feelings echo any patterns from your past. The expected outcome is a gradual increase in your ability to catch these automatic responses before they dictate your behavior, creating a crucial space for conscious choice. Second, reframe your partner's challenging behaviors through the lens of their potential attachment blueprint. When your partner becomes distant, instead of immediately personalizing it as, they don't care, consider, could this be their brain's learned strategy for managing perceived threat or overwhelm, much like my own? When they express a need for reassurance, rather than labeling it as needy, consider, perhaps their earlier experiences taught them that consistent connection requires vigilance. This isn't about excusing hurtful behavior, but about understanding the underlying neurobiological drivers, fostering empathy, and preventing you from taking things so personally. The method is active empathy, asking curiosity-driven questions about their past and offering a perspective that considers their early learning. The expected outcome is a reduction in conflict and an increase in mutual understanding and compassion, transforming reactive blame into proactive problem-solving. Third, actively engage in corrective emotional experiences to begin rewiring your own attachment system. This is about building new, healthier neural pathways for relating. One powerful method involves consciously seeking out and leaning into relationships, whether with friends, family, or a therapist, that offer consistent, secure, and responsive connection. Allow yourself to experience the discomfort of trusting, of being vulnerable, and of receiving consistent care, even when your old blueprint screams danger. For deeper, more entrenched patterns, consider exploring therapeutic modalities specifically designed to address attachment trauma, such as emotionally focused therapy, which helps couples restructure their attachment bonds, or eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, which can help process and integrate implicit traumatic memories. The specific outcome here is the development of what is known as earned secure attachment, where you actively build new, more adaptive neurobiological patterns for intimacy and connection, fostering true emotional resilience. You are not broken. Your brain simply learned a specific way to navigate relationships based on its earliest experiences. This realization is profoundly liberating. It transforms self-blame into understanding and confusion into clarity, not just for yourself, but for every single person you encounter. You begin to see the invisible threads connecting past experiences to present actions, recognizing that behind every seemingly irrational behavior, there is a brain diligently trying to protect itself based on its unique history. It shifts your perspective from judgment to curiosity, from frustration to compassion. You understand that others, too, are navigating their worlds with their own deeply ingrained blueprints, and this awareness fundamentally changes the way you perceive their actions and your interactions with them. It allows you to step back from the immediate emotional turbulence and observe the deeper, unseen currents at play within yourself and in others. The journey into understanding the mind is a profound one, a relentless unveiling of hidden mechanisms. We've uncovered a deep secret today about your brain's hidden love blueprint, but this is just the beginning. Continue to explore the incredible architectures of human behavior, because true insight is the key to unlocking genuine transformation and connection. There are so many more incredible revelations about the human mind awaiting discovery, deeper truths that will fundamentally reshape your perception of reality itself and propel you forward on a path of unparalleled growth.